Indian's newest motorcycle is the Pursuit. It is a touring version of the Indian Challenger. Let's see how the Indian Pursuit rides at Fort Worth Indians Demo Days. This is the all-new 2022 Indian Pursuit. The specific motorcycle is the Indian Pursuit Dark Horse with the premium package. I believe that it starts off around $33,999. The Pursuit Dark Horse, this thing just died while I was downshifting. That's interesting. Right as I'm talking about how this is a $34,000 motorcycle, it dies. That's all right. It's early morning, and this bike's been out on several demos over the last day. So what this is a touring edition of the Challenger. Has the Power Plus 108, the liquid-cooled V-twin. And it has lowers around the front engine guards. It has a trunk. So this thing's got all kinds of storage. Put up a little bit more windshield. There we go. Oh, that's all kinds of wind protection. Big honking windshield on this thing. The Pursuit is available in a limited and a dark horse. The difference between the limited and the dark horse is on the limited you get chrome accents, and the dark horse you get blacked out accents. And the dark horse runs $1,000 more. So the least expensive way to get a Pursuit is a limited in black, and that one I believe is $29,999. The dark horse in black starts off at $30,999. And different colors add different amounts. But each one, the limited and the dark horse, are available with a premium package. And that premium package runs about $3,000 more. And it adds onto the motorcycle a quilted heated seat. It adds driving lights into the lowers that are incorporated into the lowers. It adds the Smart Lean technology that you get on the Challenger Limited and the Challenger Dark Horse. And it also has an electronic adjustable preload. So you can tell the bike if, how much you weigh, how much your passenger weighs, how much luggage you're carrying, and it will adjust the suspension automatically. It'll adjust the suspension for you electronically through the ride command screen. And every level of Pursuit has the full ride command, which is going to have the navigation with the weather overlay. It's going to have the Apple CarPlay integration, and radio and all the bike information and the stuff like that. Bike rides very smooth, like you would expect a touring motorcycle to ride, with the exception of this big honking windshield in front of me. I feel like I was riding on my Challenger. We had a lot of wind on the demo ride yesterday, and this place was where the crosswind turned into a headwind, and right in the middle of that interchange you'd get moved around a bit. Today the wind is much less and much kinder. So some other differences between this motorcycle and the Challenger is down here on the right. You probably can't see it from my helmet cam, and on the freeway I'm not going to look down at it. It actually has a full brake pedal as opposed to a rear brake peg. I might actually want to see about finding that part number and replacing it on my bike, because I do prefer to have a brake pedal. It also has height adjustable passenger floorboards on it, as opposed to passenger pegs on the Challenger. The Pursuit has a different saddle than the Challenger. from the online pictures, it looks like it cradles you a little bit better. It has a little bit higher ridge for your back. The one that I'm on with the premium edition has the quilted heated seat. And one of our other volunteer riders, actually the president of our local Indian Motorcycle Riders Group, was commenting how it felt like it put him closer and a little higher up, put him closer to the dash and a little higher up than he's used to from having been on many different Challengers. Riding a Challenger every day, I can kind of say the same thing. I feel like I'm sitting up a little taller, and I feel like I'm a little closer to the dash, but I don't feel like I'm cramped. If you're new to the channel, I'm 6'2". So at 6'2", I don't feel cramped on this motorcycle at all. I do feel like I have a little bit less room than I do on my Challenger, but not much. The seat is insanely comfortable. And there's nothing wrong with my Challenger seat. It's insanely comfortable too. I went on a ride down to the Three Sisters about 10 months ago, and that's 300 miles one way, and it took till about 100 miles on the way back before the seat finally started to hurt. But this one might actually be able to go a little bit more, especially with the heat control. It is not the heated and cooled seat that Indian has available. It's only the heated seat. The Pursuit, even without the premium package, is available, comes with heated grips as well. I believe ABS is standard. From my own personal experience, the saddlebags on this motorcycle, which are identical in dimension to the saddlebags on the Challenger, can fit a whole lot. When I ride to work, I carry a backpack. The backpack has what I need for work, plus it also has my lunch in it. It has my coffee thermos. It has a water bottle that's the size of my coffee thermos. And all that stuff fits in one saddlebag. And then my other saddlebag carries extra gear, like if I need cold weather layers, or I've got my cold weather gloves, I've got a couple of neck gaiters. I usually carry around a portable air compressor with me. I installed a 120 outlet in my base model Challenger because the 2020 base model Challenger did not come with one. This bike, on the other hand, does have those outlets. In fact, it's got one right here under the dash. It's a J plug connector here in the dash. Then over here, I've got the control for the riding lights. On a standard Pursuit or a Challenger, that's going to be a dead switch, but at least the wiring's there. The wiring's there now for the riding lights, and that way I can control them on this button. Standard controls for an Indian on the left side control pod. I've got the horn, the high beams, the flash to pass feature, turn signal and hazards. The turn signals are self-canceling. I believe Indian does a combination of time and lean angle to determine when the turn signals get canceled. And then underneath the turn signals, you've got two buttons. One that's going to control your audio, your radio. You push in to mute, up and down for volume, left and right to change stations, or to change tracks if you're playing through your phone, through its, or iPod if you're old school. Right side control pod. We've got the power, the motorcycle power, fuel cutoff, cruise control, and then the controls for the power windshield. With a quick double tap, it goes all the way down. And all the way down, this bike is got a little bit more height on the windshield than my Challenger does when it's all the way up. So on a cold day or a windy day, you can put that thing up and you're just riding in a bubble, especially with the lowers. Now, I think on either the 2019 or the 2020 model year, Indian started coming out with that redid the lowers. They have vents in them. you can open and close them, much like you can open and close the vents inside the fairing. If I reach up here, I can open a vent down here, and on the other side, that'll open it up and it'll allow more airflow on hotter days. Well, the lowers do the same thing, and they've made it so that they've got a big lever on the side that you can open and close these with your foot while you're riding. Now, this is somebody else's $34,000 bike. It belongs to the factory, so I'm not going to try that while I'm moving. But I did try it while I was sitting down, just at a stop before we left, and you can open and close those lowers with your boot without taking your foot off of the floorboard. So that's nice. This bike would make for an exceptionally comfortable highway touring bike. This thing could eat up a lot of miles. And as far as performance, my Challenger has tons. I love it, and this bike's not going to have any less, even with the extra weight of the trunk. So, for those of you that have been waiting for the full touring version of the Challenger, here is the 2022 Indian Pursuit. Thank you for watching.